Pumping on X, pumping on X, pumping on X pills. Yeah. I'm on a diet, yet I hunger. Let's get it. Rename the channel TJ Does Live. Whoa. Just freaked me out. Have $5, you magnificent bastard. Thank you. Much obliged. Like all deities, I tend to pass the collection plate now and again. Like all demagogues. My favorite neckbeard has come. Not yet, but later. Gotta pass that collection plate. TJ, you score some blow from Warski. I wish, dude. I wish. You guys got the VIP tickets, huh? Cool. Did I get the silly string out of my hair? Yeah. It's gone. I managed to get it. Get it. Skorski, some blowski from Warski. Yeah, ski. When's the Festus meetup? Never. Steam starts right as I'm looking for something to watch. I'd keep looking if I were you. The Cuck Tent. Nuke Festus. TJ just got back from an old ass house burning down. It was glorious. P.S. Drank a lot of booze. Cool. Hi TJ, just got done trying to watch the DP patron show. It was a damn mess. How was it a mess? We had all these pre-planned segments and they pretty much all went off without a hitch, so don't really see where the mess was, but okay. Oh, he said DP, not DFF. I'm sorry. My brain is still lost in a haze, I guess. Thought you were talking about our show. How do I like a steak cooked? Depends on the kind of steak. But usually medium rare is good. If it's a really fatty cut of steak, I probably don't even want to eat it in the first place, but if I do, you probably want to cook that at least medium. Get Galen on the show. The show was great. My mom walked in and ended loving you guys too. Cool. We even appealed to that guy's mama. Yeah, we'd have to find the right DFF for Galen. And unfortunately, I guess his health hasn't been great lately, so we'll have to see. What's the difference between medium and medium rare? Medium rare should still be red in the center. Medium should just be pink. in the center. If the steak is not, if the steak is brown throughout, then the steak is ruined, in my opinion. Just my humble opinion. TJ, I don't understand steaks. Do people eat raw meat? What? You can eat a steak raw. That's called steak tartare. Usually it's ground up. You can mix it with things like a raw egg, some seasoning, whatever. You can serve it on bread or crackers. It's pretty good. Kind of bland usually. But I guess that depends on how much you season it. When will the scams end? The scams will never end. Even when I'm dead, the scams will continue. Stop eating raw meat and eggs. No. I'm actually liking DFF. Whoa, actually liking it? Cool. Thanks. Such a compliment. I actually like that show. You do. Thank you. I guess. I don't know. Why shouldn't you? Hail Lord TJ. Hail me indeed. I unironically like the show. Wow. Unironically liking it. That's a whole other level of like. Medium well is more hearty and I guess safer. Well, I don't give a fuck about safety. And I can tell you it's not nearly as juicy. Can you cook burgers the same way as steak, or do burgers need to be cooked all the way? I mean, you can have a medium rare burger. You can have a rare burger. A lot of restaurants won't cook burgers like that because of the safety risks, but some will. But there are safety risks, you know. You're more likely to get salmonella or botulism or some crazy shit. I don't know. Dang, are you me? I'm chilling on my back porch, smoking a cigarillo too. Nice night. It is a nice night. There's been worse nights for sure. Medium would be the most cooked for steak I'd take. Yeah, I have to agree with you. Just got finished with a mess that was DP private May 2018. Pulling my $15 Patreon and coming over to here because I see a better, more stable show. Tonight was the straw that broke my back. Sorry to hear it. I guess they put on a real bad show. I don't know anything about it. You know, I obviously don't have anything to do with it anymore. But I thank you for your support. We don't do any sort of $15 level of Patreon perk. We only have we have a $5 level. So yeah, that supports all of our channels, not just DFF. What was bad about the private show? I don't know. I didn't see it. We might add a $10 perk at some point in the near future, but it'll probably just be like a Discord you can access, and you know, it'll just be for super fans. But we're not sure. We'll see. Ever had extra well done steak? It's like trying to chew through wood. I've never had that, no. I've had medium well, and I was like, this is way too cooked, so I can't even imagine what well done would be like. Beef jerky is good, that's true. Why is everyone talking about steak? I don't know. Beef jerky is nothing like steak, you infidel. I'd have to agree. I don't think I said it was. Maybe you're talking to someone else. I've seen people who have perks that are just, you don't get anything extra, but you give me support if you wish, which I'm not opposed to, by the way, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not opposed to it either, but I figured give people a little bang for their buck. Fuck, you know? Ben and Billy did coke and completely fucked it up. Don't do coke and stream, TJ. Alright, noted. You know what? I mean, they tried something new. Maybe, I guess it didn't work, but, you know, at least they tried something new. You know, I mean, hey, we did videos on, back when I was on DP, we did videos on mushrooms, we did videos on acid. You know, it was like, you know, it was fun to experiment with that kind of shit. But, you know, sometimes the experiment works, sometimes it doesn't. You gotta try new things. Sometimes you succeed, sometimes you fail. I don't think that's a bad idea. How do I like my steak cooked? I think I just answered that like 2 minutes ago. But medium or medium rare, depending on the cut of steak. If it's a fillet, anything above medium rare is really kind of a crime, in my opinion. But, you know, I can forgive medium. But if you go like, if there's someone, if I see someone order a fillet like medium well, or like God forbid well done, I just want to break a fucking chair over their head and tell them they're a moron. Like, don't even get steak at that point. Just fucking go order some chicken or something. Steak ain't for you. Salmon is better than steak. I personally don't think so, but, you know, I don't know. Salmon's good. I like a good salmon. Redfish is good. Mahi's good. Trout's good. There's lots of good fish, but nothing's gonna compare to a fucking steak. People that eat rare steak are actually insane. Well, my brother Stevie eats all of his steaks super rare, like practically blue rare, like pretty much just raw. Like sear the edges, but mostly just give me a piece of raw meat, you know? Shit. It's like, before I eat this steak, I'd like to ruin it, please. I want to get rid of all this juiciness that's going on. That has to go. No juiciness, no tenderness. What I really want is my steak to be dry and horrible. That's the ultimate steak for me. Oh, I agree that Stevie's insane. I mean, there's no doubt about that. Stevie's definitely insane. TJ like pulled pork. Yeah, I love pulled pork, sure. Pulled chicken's good too. You know, pulled pork sandwich, fucking delicious. How do you feel about soy sauce on steak? You know, I mean, whatever sauce you want. I mean, you know, there's these purists who are like, I don't add nothing to my steak. You know, whatever. If you like a sauce, add the sauce. Just keep the steak intact. That's all I'm saying. You know, I personally wouldn't put soy sauce on a steak, but if you feel like doing it, have fun. Have at it. I'd be more into like a maybe like a some sort of like hollandaise might be good, you know, or like you know, maybe like a teriyaki, like a thick teriyaki sauce might be good. I don't even give a shit if you want to dip your steak in some fucking steak sauce. I mean, you know, I think at a certain level of steak, it is a bit of a travesty, but honestly, you know, whatever you like. Well done with ketchup. Yeah, that's the ultimate steak right there. Ugh. It's disgusting. Yeah, Trump eats his steaks well done with ketchup, so he's fucking gross. But that's exactly how I'd expect that piece of shit to eat them. You know? You know, A1 is a pretty good sauce for a steak. If you got like a cheap steak, like a Waffle House steak or something like that, A1 is definitely cool. I wouldn't put it on a good steak, you know. Like anything of like Outback level or higher, I probably wouldn't put A1 on it. With Outback steaks maybe being on that acceptable range, like you can do A1 on an Outback steak. But like if you're eating like a steak from like a fucking real good steakhouse or you grilled up some expensive cuts, I mean, don't put A1 on that, you know. You know, it's just it'd be, you know, that's a shame because I mean A1 is overpowering, you know. A1 is to like make a shitty steak good. That's not to, you know, a good steak shouldn't need no help. Not a big red wine fan. The earth is flat, huh? Oh, I didn't know. Yeah, mushrooms on a steak are fucking awesome. Sauteed mushrooms, a bunch of butter. Fuck yeah. That's a good steak. That is a good steak. I'm glad we're talking about steak. Why are people calling me a dink lately? Don't call me a fucking dink. I don't even know what that is. I don't want it. Sounds like, and I know it's supposed to be like an insult, but it sounds kind of cutesy at the same time. So it's like a cutesy insult, and it's just like, ugh, get out of here. Clean your room, dinko. What's this? How much longer are you going to keep acting like a teenager, dink? I don't know. Till the day I die, I guess. Having my development arrested to the age of 15 has proven pretty fucking good so far. So we'll see. Maybe I'll progress to the age of 16. I don't know. How are you sitting outside without being eaten alive by bugs? Well, mosquitoes really don't like me very much. My blood is poison to them, so they don't bother me. It's more like spiders I worry about, but I don't really see too many bugs out tonight. I'm not hearing the zapper go off. I haven't seen any bugs, so I think we're good. What is this about A1 now? A1 is the worst. All you need to do is put steak seasoning on before you put it on the grill. Well, I'm talking about if you're like Waffle House or something, dude. I'm talking about like a shit steak. Like, you know, like a cheap steak. Put some fucking A1 on that motherfucker. You know? Or some Heinz, whatever fucking shitty steak sauce you want. You know, it's there to aid a shitty steak in tasting tolerable. That's what it's for. Cool. Alright, Dink is actually awesome. CCR is good. I personally am a whole lot smarter than I was when I was 15. Heard you weren't. Yeah, I mean, I didn't say I wasn't smarter. I just say I haven't really developed emotionally beyond that point. I don't know if I'm smarter or not. Ever seen Spinal Tap? Funny movie. Yeah, I've seen Spinal Tap. Crank the volume up to 11. Yeah, yeah. The Stonehenge scene was my favorite. Who the hell is Craig David? I don't know who Craig David is, so I have no opinion. I used to watch your few videos a few years ago when I was a teenager and kind of grew out of them. Watched the first couple DP episodes, thought I would stop to see how you were doing. Surprised you still use this channel. Yeah, I use this channel mostly to just, I don't know, interact with people and kind of pontificate in a low pressure environment where I don't really feel like I have to be super entertaining and I can just be more casual. You know, so it's usually pretty boring. Uh, but the hardcore fans or whatever the fuck these people are tend to like it, or I think they do. I don't know. I don't have anything better to do. They don't have anything better to do. We amuse each other for a fleeting little moment, and that's how it goes. Um, but yeah, I actually do a new show now called Deep Fat Fried, which has its own channel. You can check it out. You might like it a little better than DP if you feel like DP was too immature. It's a little bit more mature of a show. We just did a 12-hour special to commemorate reaching 2,000 patrons, and now we're already at 3,000 patrons, so we have to do a 24-hour show next month. So that's going to be horrible. But, whatever. Hopefully it'll be entertaining for the people. It could be horrible to do. I definitely have to get a more comfortable chair before that happens, because sitting in that chair for 12 hours, fucked my back up pretty bad. But, yeah, I don't know. You might be able to get into some of my stuff. It's not as arrested in development as I was before, but if you're looking for some sophisticated shit, you're probably not going to be content with it. But, maybe give it a shot if you wish. Have I ever took a milk bath? If that's what it sounds like, no. Do a heart attack? Well, one day I most certainly will, but probably not for at least 15 more years. We'll see. Maybe it'll be sooner. Who knows? Am I on good terms with Ben? We don't really interact, honestly. We give each other a wide berth at this point. I don't really interfere with him. He doesn't really interfere with me. Not this idiot again. This guy has Down syndrome. Damn, dude. Why are you so mean? There's no need for that level of meanness, sir. How dare you make fun of my Down syndrome? Down syndrome people have feelings too. Do I only smoke American spirits? Yes. I'll bum a cigarette from other people sometimes, but really most people's cigarettes taste gross to me. TJ, have you corrected your stance on bacon on burgers? What stance? What correction? What? Will Trump do a 9/11 to get reelected like Bush? Maybe. The thought has crossed my mind. I don't think that the reaction would be the same if America underwent that sort of attack again, but maybe I'm wrong. Do I think Trump will run again? I'm sure he will if he makes it through his first term. "9/11 Part 2, The Revenge. Osama's Revenge. Osama rises from the fucking grave. More planes. More buildings. This time they hijack 15 planes, crash them into 15 different buildings across the fucking country. Holy shit." Uh-huh. Bush did 9/11. I don't think Bush did 9/11 now. Have I read any Howard Bloom books aside from the Lucifer Principle? Yeah, I read Genius of the Beast, a radical revision of capitalism, and I read The Global Brain, and I think that's it. Yes, those are the only three. 9/11 did Bush. 9/11 made Bush, dude. 1,000 push-ups. Those are cock push-ups, too. He leaves that out. I did watch Howard Blum's appearance on the Joe Rogan podcast. It was actually the first time I'd ever watched the Joe Rogan podcast. I mean, I watched clips from it often, but it was the first time I'd actually watched an entire episode. So that's kind of cool. I watch them religiously. I mean, it's a good show. The Steven Tyler one was weird. I've never seen it. You watch Howard usurp Joe's podcast? Yeah. That's Howard for you. If Howard is there, he's talking. You know, you ain't gonna talk, he's gonna talk. That's how it works. Gavin McInnes is... I don't like him. I'm sorry, I just don't like him. Howard talk good. Good talk, Howard. What do I think of H3H3? I mean, I couldn't pick him out in a lineup, honestly. I wish I had Howard Blum's ego. I don't even know how that much ego fits in such a little man. Howard talk, you silent. Yes. Gavin McInnes. Thoughts on Brett Keane? I don't have any left. I've already used them all. I've used up all of my thoughts. Your views on chaos are insane. Thank you, I guess. I don't know. Why? I feel like they're reasonably sane. I don't know. Am I a millennial? Yeah. I am a millennial. Of course, a Jew would come up with a big bagel theory of existence, you know? Bagels. This must be what the universe is like. So good. I watched Deadpool 2 yet? No, I ain't seen it. I think anyone born after 1980 or between 1980 and some other bullshit is a millennial. I don't know. I've always believed more in the great Pop-Tart theory of cosmology, you know? The universe is like a Pop-Tart. I don't know. You make the chaotic chaos of life unchaotic. Cool. Are millennials ruining everything? I still think boomers are a worse generation, so I feel like we're at least beating them. I don't know. The world is a vampire, sent to drain. Why must you make fun of us short people? I don't know. It's easy to do. I personally don't really spend too much time making fun of short people, but when Paul went on a short people tirade, it was funnier to go along with it than to admonish him. So that's what I did. Paul is short. No, he's about 6'1". I wouldn't really consider that short. Scotty and Paul are both about 6'1". None of us are short. Does Scotty have a man bun now? No, he just has a ponytail. Yeah, I don't know how tall George Carlin was. Maybe someone out there knows. What does it feel like to be a giant but still have a micro penis? I don't know. Feels alright, I guess. I mean, I don't really technically have a micro penis, but it is pretty small. I don't know. I wish it was bigger, but I don't know. I don't really let it get to me too much anymore. Carlin was 3'2", huh? Holy shit. Carlin was 5'9", huh? Or 5'8". Was he 5'8" or 5'9"? Come on. Make a decision. He must have weighed fucking nothing then. Because he was a slight little guy. Still salty about the whole Hitchens thing? Nah. I got John Candy on the list, so... You know, that's good. Hitchens was up against some fucking real heavy hitters there, so... Emphasis on heavy. You know, whatever. He was an honorable fucking thing. Fat Elvis didn't belong. I agree, but you know, whatever. It was. There was a spirited debate about it, and there was also democracy. So you know, it was decided that he would remain. Has Doug Walker responded to your video? No, Doug Walker's not responded to that, no. Paul is serious about his fat people. Well, yeah. Fat pride worldwide. Worldwide. I don't think Oprah deserved her spot, but I like the list. I think Oprah definitely deserves her spot. I mean, she's not one of my favorite people or anything, but she's definitely a fat bitch, and she definitely has a giant media empire that can't be rivaled by many people, so I think that she absolutely had to be somewhere on that list. I'm now a $15 patron. I'm fine paying extra to those whose content I respect. I'm going to bed now. Have good dreams, TJ, with these 10 Canadian schmeckles in your pocket. Thank you. I can't express my appreciation enough for that, so thank you very kindly, sir. The problem with which historical figure would you fuck thing is that you really don't know what people throughout most of history really looked like, so... Um, yeah, Marilyn Monroe would be an obvious choice for sure. What is this? Why didn't you just do a 12-hour DFF stream? We did. Oh, do you mean why do we break it up? If we'd just done a straight up 12-hour stream, uh, like videos beyond a certain length on YouTube have a lot of trouble processing. If we'd done a 12-hour stream, it probably wouldn't have been processed for like 3 or 4 days. So that's like a big problem. We obviously didn't want to deal with that, so it was much easier to just not do that. It wasn't a DFF stream. It was though. So I don't know what. Oh, do you mean because we worked in the other properties? I mean, whatever. The patrons support all those properties, so I think it made sense. TJ, will you sign my ass? I mean, if you come to the LA meetup and pull your ass out and ask me to sign it, I probably will. So yes. Where is Paul? He's dead. TJ, which yellow long fruit is your favorite? I don't know. I'd have to think about that. Would you sign the scab on my elbow? I mean, it must be a pretty fucking big scab if I could sign the fucking thing. It's gonna be one fucking massive ass goddamn scab. Are tomatoes a fruit or a vegetable? They're a fruit. What are your thoughts on how the 12-hour stream went? I'm satisfied. I think it went well. Would you sign my fat rolls? Yep. I'll sign whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a shit. Lights flashing in the window. Oh yeah, you're right. TJ has no limits. I don't. Sad I can't go to your LA meetup even though that's where I live. What's your fucking excuse? I'll sign your left nut. I'll sign your sweaty taint. I'll sign any part of your fucking body. I don't give a shit. If you fucking eviscerate yourself before me and pull out your fucking colon and ask me to sign it, I'll sign it. I don't give a fuck. Sign my dong with your tongue. I mean, it's not really much of a signature, but sign my clitoris, TJ. Yep. Will you sign my copy of Chrono Trigger? Yes. God damn it, I'll sign anything. I already said I'd sign whatever. I'll sign any goddamn thing you want. I don't give a shit. Quit asking me if I'd sign this or that. The answer's yes. Yeah, I guess that's probably the one thing I wouldn't sign. Like, you know, here's a contract that gives me all of your possessions. Sign it. It's like, all right, I ain't signing that. So we found it. We found my line. But other than that, I'll sign whatever. I don't give a fuck. sorry I contributed this tism, TJ. It's alright. Inspirational quote. Um, "'Tis better to reign in hell than serve in heaven. Will you sign my sign?" Um, I, I guess. I don't belong to any political party. Get up, come on, get down with the tis stick. I like the Dolly quote about ambition you use in your Peterson video. That's also a good one. I can't recite it from memory, but it is good. Give us more of your book. There's more coming at you, but I just started writing something a little different first. But I know what my third chapter is going to be about now. For a while, I was kind of not sure what the next natural step was, but I think I figured it out. So, am I writing multiple books? No, my other project that I'm writing is not a book. It's just a video, but it's a little more comprehensive than I normally get. But my girlfriend asked me a really interesting question that I want to try to answer. And the question is, why does existence suck so much? Or, I'm sorry, why does existence have to suck? That's what it is. So I want to answer that. Because it's one of the few times I've ever been asked a question that really made me reflective. Most of these philosophical questions are pretty lame. But that one's actually kind of interesting. You know, a lot of people are like, why are we here? No reason. What's the meaning of life? Nothing. Is it free will or is it determinism? It's like, who cares? Why does life have to suck? Or why does existence have to suck? Okay. There's an actually interesting question that I haven't seen anyone else answer. Entropy, huh? Nah, I don't think that's why. It doesn't have to. You know, it kind of does. At least it does in this universe. You know, we can't talk about other universes where it doesn't have to. The Illuminati, that's a good explanation. You know, maybe. I mean, even rich people have to deal with many of the problems of life. They might live a more charmed life than most of us, but, you know, it's not going to prevent loved ones from dying or prevent them from falling to alcoholism or a number of other existential crises. You know? What setting do I put myself in to write? I don't know. I just sit at my desk, stare at a screen, start typing. And, you know, sometimes what I type is good. Or at least I think it is. And that's how it works. Will my book be self-published? Yeah, I think so. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know if maybe I could interest a publisher, but I'm not really gonna try. So I don't know. Human is a monster. Okay. The key to happiness is to sit still. Okay, let's do it. It's boring. I don't like it. Did you ever try mescaline? No. Boom. Tetris for TJ. No, TJ. You're boring. Whoa. Just blew my mind. There's a murderer behind you, TJ. Cool. There's a bug. Now he's dead. TJ, people always talk about spiritual bullshit with meditation, but it's actually just you sacrificing your time to go into a lucid dream world where you do nonsense. Alright. You can get the same effect with drugs, so take a shortcut, you know? Could you extrapolate Tetris into a metaphor for butt sex? Yeah, I mean, you know, if the pieces don't fit at first, you just got to keep trying. Eventually, you'll get it. Dude obviously doesn't meditate. Yeah, I don't think my mind can be still enough to achieve meditation. But drugs, so. What's a good cheese for persnickety people? I don't know. Just takes time. So you can see the door in this angle. Yep. You sure can. That is true. You can see the door. That's the kitchen. Yep. That is true as well. I'm a sociopath. Good for you. People are strange when you're a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone. Women seem wicked when you're unwanted. Streets are uneven when you're down. If you were to transfer your consciousness into a pile of trash, what would it contain? I don't know. I think I already did that. Look at this. 5-1, baby, 1 in 5. No one here gets out alive, yeah. You get yours, baby, I get mine. Gonna make it, baby, in all prime. I think that's the words. I don't know. Good night, TJ. Alright, good night. Sleep tight. Paul's dead, dude. Your Paul is dead. And no one cares. If there is a hell, we'll see Paul there. Your Paul is dead. Poor Paul. I have to transcend humanity and give myself over to Satan? I could do that. Paul's asleep because he's a faggot. Did you go to college? Nope. Nope, sure didn't. If you publish, it might sell, and you can impact our culture in a pretty big way. If not, then you're still in the same position. Cool. Are you into Tom Waits? Yeah. I am. I have done nothing in my life for 5 years. At this point, I think it's easier for myself to not even try. Use this money to bring Paul back to life. Okay. I'm on it. Are you into lifting weights? No. What's my favorite Star Trek opening theme song? Next Generation. As much as I love DS9 and as much as I love Voyager, I think their opening songs are boring. Probably the best for me is The Next Generation. Second best is the original series. Absolute worst is Enterprise. I don't even know what the Discovery theme sounds like, so I don't know. I can't judge that one. But the original series has a cool theme song for sure. But Next Generation theme song just sounds so fucking energetic. You know? Do I suffer from insomnia? I have insomnia. I don't know if I suffer from it. I kind of like it. Usually. Why does everyone in your life seem to die whenever they aren't on camera? Maybe it's because if I don't see them, then they don't exist. Other than as a concept in my mind. Do movies ever make me cry? Yeah. They do. Are you a solipsist? No. I wouldn't go that far. But I don't know. Insomniacs are Satan's children. Good. Weird noises. I consider myself a hedonist. Not really. I mean, maybe a little. I don't have the money to be a proper hedonist. Worst job you've ever had? Don't really. Haven't really had any jobs. Just did this my whole life. Every job I've ever had has been brief. Fucking cat is screaming. What do you think of Vladimir Putin? I don't know. I don't like him. I'll tell you that much. Your house light went out. Yeah. So it did. Hearing some weird fucking noises coming from this house. Damn ghosts. Go inside. Okay. What the fuck is that? Alright. We gotta investigate whatever this is. Some weird shit going on around how. Is it coming from in here? Well, I don't hear it. Whatever. When I start hearing strange noises, I leave whatever area that is. And now I'm in this area. The lamp behind you. Be afraid. I'm watching TJ have a schizophrenic breakdown. I swear there was like a... So, you know. Lamps are symbols of the occult. This is the most flattering angle of my face, you know? Just this big, fat, poofy undershot, you know? That's when I look the best. You look like a fat version of Ronnie Van Zant. Cool. Your God is dead. Schizophrenia wouldn't be so bad. At least life would be more interesting. It's like, oh shit, I gotta stop the demons, or whatever the fuck. You know? Always demons to fucking chase. Shit like that. How much of The Wire did you watch before you decided it was garbage? The first 3 episodes. I was just like, this is just like every other stupid fucking cop show on TV. Why am I watching this? This sucks. The end. The Amazing Schizo. Do you drink when you write? I'm not a big fan of drinking, really. Sargon of Akkad called you lazy on a live stream today and said you are where he was 10 years ago. What does that mean? I get the lazy part. I don't get the where he was 10 years ago thing. Whew. Do. Hey TJ, whatever happened to the conclusion of the tiny bat and the cantaloupe? We never did it. I support Trump to trigger the libs. I support Trump. Trump. Oh shit. Yeah, you know. Not everything that I plan to do happens. That's not a secret. Sargon was referring to himself being lazy 10 years ago. Oh, I see. Well, at least I'm not too lazy to look into climate change, I guess. I don't know. God Emperor Trunk, dude. I'm too lazy to trigger the libs, dude. I just can't do it. Can't trigger them. I don't know. I seem to have triggered some libs today on Twitter, but whatever. It's not like it's hard to do. I mean, like some people, they're like, "Oh man, you're going out of your way to be offensive," and I'm like, "What? It's not hard to offend you. It's like not. It's easy." And you know, you telling all these offensive jokes. It's like what? You're just offended by the jokes. You know, shock is all in your head, kind of thing. You can respond to JF. No. It's really easy to offend everyone on Twitter. You're afraid of Sargon. Okay. Sure. I guess. I don't know. I don't really feel like I'm afraid, but maybe I am. Debate Mito Kerr, you pussy. I don't think he's ever asked me to debate him, but I don't do debates anyway, so. I've done them in the past. I never really liked it. But I don't know. Maybe if there was a interesting debate with the right subject, I'd do it. I'm looking forward to World War III. Sure. Sounds fun. Yeah, I just don't really care about the YouTube community. So YouTube drama is not that interesting. Hypothetically, would you debate Peterson in person? Sure. Yeah, I'd do that. That sounds more fun to me. Why are you doing this shit format? Because it's shit. That's kind of the point of this is like, it's nice to just not have to give a shit. Especially after doing a big 12-hour planned out show to just kind of sit back and chill and just respond to people on my phone and not have to give a fuck. It's just meant to be a chill stream. Debates are just, I mean, they're kind of silly usually. It's really more about style than anything. But like I said, I've done it a few times. Viking blood. Everyone loves Viking blood. What are your thoughts on school shootings? Like, what am I supposed to think about them? You still watch The Walking Dead? No, I gave up on it. I couldn't hang anymore. It was really Negan that destroyed it for me. Couldn't get into him. And it became so much about him. I was just like, meh. This is not interesting. Negan's one of the best characters in the comics. Well, he's one of the shittiest characters ever on the show. So, the governor was way cooler as a fucking villain than Negan was. How do you like Preacher so far? It's such a grab. It's such a mixed bag for me at this point. It's like sometimes it's good and sometimes it's shit. And I'm just waiting for it to decide which it wants to be. It's like, come on, be good or be shit. The best movie villain? I don't know. I did like Looper. Favorite of thoughts on. Wow, I don't know. That's too hard. All right, I'm getting bored. I gotta go. Fuck off.